Somebody just say your name.
Hello, visitors, and welcome to the National Museum of the United States Air Force. We invite you to join a free guided tour of the Cold War Tower, which features the largest bomber ever built put into service on the U.S. Air Force, the SR-71.
Allen 69 766, David Bortman 8.
You will experience a silent sickness. They aim high.
We're gonna do a little live. Chucktown Clown, Neil Maltz, Chucky D76. If you're in a plane, stick around. Wooey joined. Patrick Huey, audio specialist. Guess what that is right there? Happy Memorial Day weekend, everybody. Look what we have here. When that pedo tube is headed to your way, you're going to get your picture taken. This is a CIA spy plane that was operated by the United States Air Force. Really needs no introduction. Pumps and relays. Imagine having to have fuel with such an anti-knock rating, such a high octane rating that you could throw a cigarette in it and it would not ignite. But once it is compressed and highly compressed, now that would be in this nacelle, and this right here, sole purpose is to tune the air that comes into this J58. Now, if you leave me a comment, because I'm new and all this stuff is flashing and I don't see it, just go ahead and leave it again. Now, to start this thing, they have two Buick engines that would spin up that J58 to get it started. This is the J58 start cart. Now, I will say, as a personal story, I was working a temp service job out in Las Vegas, and I was lucky enough to see these guys who are based out of Nellis Air Force Base in Las Vegas. I got to see them practice. Now, large fellows like me, unfortunately, we can't fit in there. But shouts out to everybody that can. Now, this is an F-16. Let's go take a look at this cockpit. Oh yeah. I'm definitely not fitting in that bad boy, but look at that. It's kind of cool how you're leaning back a little bit. But it's amazing you can just high-powered piece of machinery that is so precise that you can do all these tricks. Now this is the old version. That. And by the way, everybody that's in here, I appreciate you hanging out. I am Michael. We are in Dayton, Ohio at the Air Force Museum. The channel is Detail in the Shadow. Please give me a follow. I am trying to build here on TikTok. And if you do leave me a comment, please leave it multiple times. I'm new to this and I can't see anything. Oh, yo, Beast Sav, I hope you're still in here. Yes, it is definitely their worst nightmare. Everybody who opposes, it's their definite nightmare. All right, now this is the other side of that SR-71. But let's go over here and talk about an airplane that I actually like, another CIA airplane. Because people don't really know that this magnificent beast, its only job was to really take pictures. A little bit of intimidation tactics. Because if you fly over somebody's house with this, you're gonna bust out all their windows with that sonic boom, and that may or may not have happened. But one of my other favorite planes, besides this massive beast right here, is the Dragon Lady. Yes, the U-2. A surveillance plane. The U-2 Dragon Lady. You know, it's funny, Ohio just opened up a Buc-ee's that's about a few miles away from here, and everybody's got their Buc-ee's swag on, and that's where I'm going next. Now, we got the underview of the Dragon Lady. Well, let's take a look at these cameras. These These three massive cameras, you can see, were installed in that Dragon Lady because this bad girl was way up there. So you need massive cameras, and yes, these were film cameras to take pictures. And we'll come back to the almost spacesuit, not quite a spacesuit, but almost. Now you can see when it came back, all that film had to be processed, developed, and then you have these so you could do scrupulous, detailed Can I get some footage of the Delta plane? I think it's orange and white. Yes, Elizabeth Morris, I sure will. Please stick around because this is a very large museum and I got until it closes or until my battery runs out. So yes, I most certainly will. And thank you for that comment. And if anybody else comment, It's your dad's. Oh, wow. Well, I hope so. But when you're flying that close to outer space, you need to create your own atmosphere. And that's what these suits were for. His actual plane he flew. Well, thank you so much. When I get there, please let me know because shout outs to your father. The Air Force base that I was born on is being heavily used right now because of current events. Hello to everyone who just came in. My name is Michael. Channel's Detail in the Shadow. Please follow me. I'm an Air Force brat here walking around the Dayton Air Force Museum. Wow, I believe this is new. I haven't seen this yet. Elizabeth, that's requested me to look at the plane that your father flew. Do you know which hangar it is in, or what part of the museum it's in? I am in the Cold War section. Oh, it's okay. We'll find it. My father was in the United States Air Force as well. I'm pretty sure a lot of you who are interested in this have sort of family ties to the military or the Air Force. One way. I am in Dayton. Brutalization 101. I am at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. Thank you, Hot Rods. U.S. Navy, 74 to 94. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And thank you for your service. Yes, I am at the Dayton Air Force Museum at Wright-Patterson Air Force Museum. Now, one thing you'll notice, if you're a history nerd like myself, oh, big country, yeah. This is my 18th time here. Now, if you notice, if you're a history nerd like myself, well, they got a whole lot of new things here, Brutalization. But like I was saying, if you notice, everything Soviet just looks like it's Soviet without even saying it's Soviet.
No.
Like this MiG-23 MS. It's like you could tell this is Soviet without even saying, hey, that's Soviet. You could tell by the paint scheme. You could tell by the lack of ergonomics. You were stuffed in there. Now, I was down at the Air and Space Museum at the Smithsonian, and yes, you could fit that museum in here, Leopard fan. Come on out. It's absolutely free. Let's get back to that. I mean, look at that intake. That intake looks Soviet, doesn't it? And here's another Soviet airplane. F-4s and F-111s are some of the loudest planes I've ever heard. Now, I just recently lost my uncle who was a medic in the Air Force. Got some more Soviet. Like I said, you don't even have to say it's Soviet because it just looks Soviet. Now, my uncle was a medic. And then when he got out of the Air Force, he became another hero, a firefighter. And my father was an electrician.
So many different things to look at, okay? You see this plane? In the air?
Look, this guy got two MiG-29s. Now there was an article, this one's new here. This was crash landed, and I believe they just got this over here. I believe they had to dig this out. As you can see, there's quite a bit of damage. But this one is new. Like I said, if you come here, another MiG, is that a MiG-25? I believe so. Yeah, yes, Iraqi MiG. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, they just put this in here. Is there even a plane right there? I can't even see it.
Yeah.
I know that is. What is that? Really? So where do you think they use
Misbehaving. Now these gunships were scary too. Let's go see another fan favorite. Actually, they used a couple of these to rescue the downed pilot here recently. This one's another one that doesn't need an introduction. AC-130. When you see that, you know it's already too late. Now this has all the options on it, but I believe generally it would not fly with all of these. And the cool thing, they have a ton of helicopters. It's okay, man, get that shot.
I love it like that.
Now, I don't know if they'll, I'm sorry, brother. Now, TikTok, this is for educational purposes, so don't get scared. This is a 50 cal. And look at that dump tube. And this can do in-air refueling. This one has a long. Now those drones. Now we're way in the back here, but let's go take a look. They have a area for the GWAT. I don't want to disturb them. More drones. The Pave Hawk. I said Memorial Day weekend, not Memorial Day. Please read, Greg. Please read, Greg. Please read. Let's see here. Let's push.
Batteries on. Fire warning is checked. Fire posted. ATP. There's third. Good start.
You remember those Super Stallions? Yeah, these are all amazing. In the Marine Corps, we had a different name for those. Brutalization is going to be my co-tour guide. I'm pretty sure he's seen a whole lot more than I have. And I appreciate him being here. Hangar 3, the 102 Delta Dagger. Okay. Let me check on that, Elizabeth. Thank you. Yes, I just love jets and choppers. My last crate was a Chinook, and my husband, the Black Hawk. Oh, craft. Yes, my last craft was a Chinook, and my husband, the Black Hawk. Amazing. My hub was Wiesbaden. Have you ever heard of the Azores? I mean, it's really got busy right now, given everything that's going on. That's where I was born. I never served personally, regretfully, but my father was in the Air Force. And after I get done blabbing, we'll talk about the bone. And that's where I was born, way back in 1993. The B-1B Lancer. Let's see if I can fit it in the whole frame. (1966). I appreciate everyone who's here so much. My dad did 22 years in the AF, retired as an officer. Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Dad. I tried everything to get all kind of service. I even bought this, and I bought an app. So let's see if we can hold on. Now this is amazing. When those pedo tubes are headed your way, I was in Wiesbaden from 84 to 87. Thank you, brutalization. The bone. When this bone is coming for you, so come on out here. Not too many places you can stand underneath a B-1B Lancer. Look at this landing gear. Look at these intakes. The Cougar Cat. Now this is fortified right here. Now one aircraft that I'm always intrigued with is the Osprey. It is a helicopter and a plane. Just depends on which way these bad boys are tilted. More of the bone. And we'll go to another plane that was... Your cousin flies the Osprey? Nice. You know, whenever I go somewhere, that's an Air Force Osprey. They're usually Marine Corps planes. Thank you for that info. Now this, the B-2 Spirit. The story behind this one, and I mean this one particularly, this was a test aircraft. They put it through many, many tests. a heat test, a cold test, and I will show you the remnants of one of the tests. They did a wing stress test. They bent the wings until it cracked. And you can see right here, this is where they repaired that crack. And from what I heard, the wings were bent. I am in Ohio. Dayton, Ohio, right? Pat Air Force Base with the National Air Force Museum. From what I heard, that these wings were bent extremely. It took a lot for this to actually crack. And then you can see right here, these are where the cracks were repaired. So this one never flew, but it was tested vigorously. And everybody that was involved with the test, if you can see those signatures. Yo, thanks for jumping in, 101 or 1016 Old School. Thanks for dropping in. We are at the Air Force Museum. We're doing some plane spotting. All right. Now, trying to find out where I'm at. Hello, sir. What number hangar is this?
This is 3.
3? Okay. This is hangar 3. So, do you know where the Boeing orange jet is? I'm sorry. I'm going off.
If you give me an aircraft number, I can look it up.
Okay. I don't. Yeah.
That's back in Building 4.
Okay.
It sounds to me like you're describing one of the, like the X-15, one of the similar, because I know there's one back there that's orange.
Okay.
So, I'm not sure if that's what you're after.
No, thank you anyway. Thank you. So we are in hangar 3. So I'll take another walk around here. Oh man, it's been rough. It's been rough. I hope you guys can see real clear, because I bought this hot 5G hotspot, and it didn't really help. I got a 5G phone. It didn't really help. I even bought an app that was supposed to combine signals, and that didn't even help. But we were way back in the back of the museum. Okay. Now, I've never seen this. I don't know if it's new. But we got some engineering terms. We have pitching this way. We got yaw, which is this way, which in automotive we call that dog tailing, when your butt, you know how little puppies run and their butts almost catch up with the fronts. And rolling. Oh, there they go. Now this right here is kind of scary because this, and I mean this actual remnants of this aircraft was involved in a nuclear test. So I wonder if we had a Geiger counter, would it still be radioactive? Speaking of Geiger counters, the Mark 6. The original Jeep, the Willys. If you ever have time, look up the competition where they take this apart. Right. Playing on it, not playing under it. The Delta Dagger, okay. Well, I am in Hangar 3. And I would love to see all silver, red tip, tail, black nose. Boeing Stratoforce. Star up front in the circle. Okay.
Those were hypersonic weapons going more than 5 times the speed of sound, so they could easily catch something going twice the speed of sound. So supersonic bombers were kind of very short-lived.
Well, I unfortunately don't see that one. Yeah, we basically have gone around. Oh, this? Okay, this one? Yes, yeah, okay. Oh, there we go. You know what's crazy? We were right next to it the whole time. So you say your father flew this? Thank you. Awesome. I appreciate that story. Well, this is cool. We have a personal connection.
Wesley, stay close.
Wesley, come here.
All right. Here's Wesley James.
You know what was crazy is I was sitting right here when you asked me about that. But I told you I'd find it. J.F. Montgomery III. Thank you.
I'm going to send him that YouTube clip.
Oh, you're welcome, Elizabeth Morrison. Thank you so much for being here. I'm new to TikTok. I do things a little bit differently. I try to make something a little bit more than the bubblegum. I'm not trying to put it down, but I am an artist. I have a fine arts degree from Ohio State. And the things that I do take a little bit more than 15 seconds. So I appreciate everybody who has been hanging around. Now I'm going to try to go to the next hangar without losing connection. So please bear with me. Yes. This is the people's favorite. One of my favorites too. I would say you got YouTube spy plane, SR-71 spy plane.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said 6.
Do a formation pass.
Is that the 104? I'm sorry, I'm not versed in all of these planes. I will be one day. Because I am intrigued with this J58 and the JP7 fuel that it used. Now here is some trivia. My dad used to install top secret equipment on the SRs. Those landing gear, that's not much landing gear as far as tire wise. Now this one's new. Let's take a look at this real quick. This is the Lockheed D-21B. Now, I guess this was technically a drone. Actually, he used to design and test that equipment right there at Wright Pat. Well, according to all the UFO files that's released, Wright Pat Wright Pat AFB's got a lot going on here. Wouldn't it be cool if the aliens just came on out? There's a lot of people here. Be a perfect time to do a meet and greet. Okay, everybody. Okay. Home of the 1815 Squadron, top secret squadron that would test stuff. Yeah. I guess you wouldn't. A good place to test things is right here in Ohio. It's not really assuming. You know, you do it out in Nellis Air Force Base and everybody would expect that. But everyone, yes, Wright Pat AFB. It's a great day to be here, Memorial Day weekend. Everybody's out plane spotting. Now, everyone who's been hanging out, I appreciate it. I'm not going anywhere, but I am going to try to go where there is low signal. Please hang out with me and bear with me. And if I lose you, I'm going to come right back. So let's go. Now there was a lot of things over here that they have taken out. Oh, okay. Rockets. Rockets. All right, looks like we're holding, and we're almost there. We're holding and we're almost there. They would design and test equipment here and then install it and field test it in Ellis. Oh, okay. A temp service job when I was out in Vegas. Well, we are here. We did not lose signal. Thank you. So we signal. Thank you. So we. Now we are in Hangar 4. This is the Space and Experimental.
The United States Air Force is the controlling entity for the U.S. Global Positioning
Astrolabe.
System. Air Force Space Command declared the system fully operational in 1995. And in 1996, GPS was made available for civilian use. Early civilian uses for GPS include trucking fleets, commercial airlines.
Trigonometry. We are in the Dayton Air Force Base here in Dayton, Ohio. I mean, Wright Pat Air Force Base right here in Dayton, Ohio. Now let's talk some space. The Mercury aircraft. Mercury, the one that stole fire from the gods and gave it to men. Relays. Relays and analog switches and analog equipment are actually great for outer space because they are resistant to one thing that's a killer is radiation. Imagine going up in that. Now, got the Gemini for the twins. Well, Prometheus, they have all these myths. They all have different names. But you're all right. You can see that heat shield. Bree 87-692. I worked construction for a little bit, so I know what Tyvek is. So the astronauts were wrapped up in Tyvek. And then we move over to Apollo 11. And this is the actual ship from Apollo 15, the command module.
This is spacecraft order, you have spacecraft Apollo 15.
And the Apollo missions is when the spacesuits started to get more detailed. For the spacewalks. Let's see, rotor reservoir recharge. Looks like it. Looks a little rusty. But you can see right there with that atmosphere hit that butt pretty hot. All that plasma. Now this is a satellite, pretty massive. And we'll get to the experimentals in a few. We're still talking space. A model of the mighty Saturn V. No missiles. That is, I forget which rocket that is, but it's actually just turned on its side. And we'll go over there, we'll talk about that. Now, forgive me for the lack of detailed knowledge. But, oh, it's cool, Ashton. Thank you for being here. But the Red Bull guy that jumped from outer space wasn't the first one to do it. Well, the tip of the stratosphere, that is. Now, these are new. Refueling rockets. Yes, this is I forget what's the name of this rocket. But it is actually on its side. And let's talk about this. This was the days before digital satellite. And this was called the world's most expensive throwaway camera. As you can see, these would take actual film photography that had to be recovered, and I will actually show you that vehicle that will recover them all the way from outer space. Okay, here we go. There was one of the cameras. And it would drop those. And they would be recovered. And I'm going to show you the vehicle that did that. Because it is on the other side. Boop. If you come in my live acting stupid, you will be blocked. All right, let's talk about some rockets. Okay, here's the back of that. So that goes, it's turned on its side, so it goes all the way down there. But the name of the game for rockets is pressure in the combustion chamber. Ooh, that's a nice light over there. We got the LR-79. And you have turbo pumps and pre-burners to build pressure in that combustion chamber. And we have all these little vanes in that vane that you can run for active cooling to keep from melting. And once again, you can see up close those vanes that would cool, that the fuel itself would run through. So one side would be frozen. How long have you been there to get the deep into this museum? Well, I've been here 18 times, but I've been here today for about 2.5 hours. And I appreciate you, RX-7 guy. What model year RX-7 do you have? FC, FD, RX-8, 13B, 20B, REW? I am a gearhead, history nerd, artist. So I guess I'm a whole lot of things. Now, one thing, Pratt & Whitney, you see that all over the place. Now let's talk about something that without it, yes, actually, a 13Bs and a couple of FCs. Not anymore, sadly. Same here. All my race cars, I had to let go or I tore them up. So maybe we'll get back into it. I know a guy in Pataskla, Ohio. His name's Logan. He's actually really famous for tuning RX-7s. And maybe if I get one, I'll go out there and have him tune mine. Here we have the X15. Oh, you're out in Pataskla? Yeah, his shop is called Define Auto Works. And he's really, really, really heavy into RX-7s. As a matter of fact, he might be the guy in the whole country. Look him up. Define Auto Works. Logan Carswell. His last name is kind of cool for a guy that's into cars. I used to go to the museum a lot and spend the day. I was there for the Memphis Belle opening. Excellent. I would like to go over there, but I got no signal over there. Is it on Broad Street? I think it's off of Broad Street. I hadn't been there in a while. But, you know, Broad Street runs through Columbus and then goes out to Pataskla. But this was one of the aircrafts that was one of the precursors to take us to deep space. Now, this had 2 minutes worth of fuel by itself, and these right here would give it an extra 2 minutes. So when it ran with these, it had 4 minutes of flight time. But in that 4 minutes, when you're going that fast, you covered a whole lot of ground. Let me take a few moments here. My cousin is an officer in the Space Force. That probably was him. And we have the pin that was signed the Space Force. So we got a presidential pin. Yeah, that probably was him. Probably was him. A whole bunch of RX-7s in the front yard. Yeah. No TDS in my live, please. If you got a problem, go cry about it somewhere else. We're here looking at aircrafts, not discussing politics. Now, this is the XLR 99. Ablative cooling. Ablative cooling is where you actually burn away some of the material. Oh no, it's okay. It doesn't bother me. Now, one thing I learned when I was working for the race car company is about Army Navy fittings. Fittings for quick and easy. This is a Honda Civic motor. See that turbo over there? Now they must be doing something over here. But this one right here, you cannot deny this. The XB7 Valkyrie. Let's go take it in. Oh no, we got VTEC killer cams. So no VTEC in this one. And if you enjoy my humor, because I am very funny, go ahead and give me a follow here. I'm new to TikTok and I'm trying to build an audience. Yeah, with that much maintenance that goes on into an aircraft, you need stuff that changes out quickly. Yes, very quickly. Now, in the automotive world, well, racing, you use a lot of Army Navy fittings for the same reason. And also, if you participate in some racing sanctions, you are not allowed to have more than like 1 foot of non-steel braided line. So you have to use Army Navy fittings. This museum is the National Museum of the Air Force, right here in Dayton, Ohio, on the Wright Pat Air Force Base. And we're talking about the Valkyrie here. This is the only one left. Very sad story. But it was kind of a quote-unquote corporate greed is the only reason why the other one got taken out. But if you look on YouTube, you can see the video where they had to take down light poles to get this here. Yeah, they must be rearranging some things because oh yeah, they got it roped off, so I can't show you guys the engines. Here's one of them, General Electric, and there's 6 of them in this bad boy. Like I said, where else can you stand underneath XB70 Valkyrie? Stuff. There it is. There's 6 of these right there that made this a supersonic bomber. Now the story of this, it has 6 of these. It has 6 of these YJ93 turbojets. And I'll tell you the story. General Electric wanted they wanted some promotional footage, so they had both of these along with some other fighter jets. One of the fighter jets got caught up in the air that comes off the wing. I forget the technical term. It spun out, crashed into the other one. The other one crashed, unfortunately, and this is the only one that's left. Jet wash. And unfortunately, that's what happened to the other one. And after that, the government quickly scrapped it because this was a very expensive aircraft at the time. Now we could see I guess you can describe it as a wake turbulence. Now this was the first American jet fighter. Well, just American jet. Let me tell you the story about the Gee Whiz. Now, Dr. John Stapp would accelerate himself to high speeds on a rail, and then with this, he would stop abruptly just to test out changes in G-force. And as you can see with this photo right here, he stopped, but the blood in his face wanted to keep going. So this is new. Now this right here is one of the experimental aircrafts, but it never flew above about 5 feet off the ground. So not only do we have an SR-71, but we also have a YF-12.
So now, if you're at 30,000 feet, you can look at 500 feet, you're going to return that down, and that thing's moving. You can now, we're going to look at shoot that. Alright, so this is the first time they were playing. And the reason why I say that is, when you look at the B-58 history, there's one called Snoopy. It's actually in Edwards falling apart, but it had a modified air.
Now, from what I heard, when they were testing this, a lot of people confused this for a UFO. Oh wow, look at this. Any Star Wars fans? YF-12 is the fighter version of the SR-71. Well, look at here, Star Wars fans. Not USAF. I mean, UAF in the future, right? Well, I wasn't expecting this. This will be here throughout December. Thank you.
D2. There's R2D2.
Jawas? Who's the other guy?
For whatever reason, they said
Like I said, it's a busy day here. This is one of the busiest days I've been here.
Attention museum visitors, don't miss the giant screen Air Force Museum Digital Theater. Admission, schedule, and title information are available at the ticket booth near your main entrance. Limited seating is available.
The C-119J satellite catcher. So if you were here earlier, and you remember when I said that the satellite would drop the film, this was the aircraft that was meant to pick it up. Oh man, I parked so far back. It's cool. I don't mind walking. I never park up front anyway, but the parking lot is heavy. So this was the aircraft that was meant to recover that film. And that film had a salt plug. So if they didn't get to it enough, that salt plug would dissolve and it would just sink down. So like I mentioned earlier, that satellite would drop the film into the... Now, let's go back to some space. This is a model, of course. Let's go take a look at it anyway. These are some more modern spacesuits. This one was 1994 to 2011. And you can see they're a lot more bulkier. And this is the EMU, Extravehicular Mobility Unit. This is what they fixed the Hubble. I wonder how hot did that mirror get? Like I said, we can't forget the mighty, mighty Space Shuttle. Now I'm sad because I'm too big. This isn't. This is a model. This is a model. This isn't the actual. This isn't one of the actual vehicles. You got the Teal Ruby, experimental weather sensor. I was always intrigued by all of this. So many things you have to mitigate. We got photovoltaic cells, aka solar power. Yeah, I think that's, as a matter of fact, we can get a good view from over here. She's a big Star Wars nut. She'll love that. Look at the line. Everybody's over there. But you can get a good view from up here. Wait a minute. That weather satellite probably took over 10 years to make. Yeah, research and development takes a long time.
You see the Star Wars stuff?
Guys is flying the spaceship.
Yeah, that is a perfect date. There's your jets, and there's your Star Wars. Now it's funny because if you look on my TikTok, I have a video of this, and all the flat earthers came out in droves. And I'm like, because keep in mind that this would be pointed up. Yeah, I could imagine if you were a little kid, after a couple hours in here, your little legs would be hurting. Shout out to Fred Knox. But yeah, the Star Wars installation, I think they're going to do more when they get finished with that.
Darth Vader's over there. Come here. Hurry, come on.
See, now you guys can see why I've been here 18 times. Myself, I'm a little hot myself. I'm sweating over here. No, that's not the Blackbird. That's the YF-12. That's the Blackbird's cousin. Now this is cool right here. Oh, see? Hard for a big guy to get in here. But the one over there is a flight simulator. I need more practice. All right, everybody. Let's go get presidential. Shout out to those two, because it is actually kind of warm in here. And they're there taking pictures. Paul Army, thanks for the follow. OHIO. You better believe it's Scotty, Ohio State. Scotty, Ohio State. Thanks for the follow. You are following a Ohio State alumni. Class of 99. Yo, yo, yo. The Streak Eagle. I love war. I'm a big World War II nerd. But we have no signal. But like I said, let's get presidential. Now we can't, I'll definitely lose signal if I go in one. But that is FDR. This is FDR's Air Force One. But keep in mind, it's not actually Air Force One unless the president is sitting inside the plane. If the president is not sitting inside the plane, it goes by its call numbers. And this one is 272252. This is Franklin Delano Roosevelt. And one interesting thing that this had to be fitted with was a wheelchair lift. It's by that time, FDR had very limited use of his legs. And they would have probably some Marines stand in front of this so nobody would see, because they did a really good job in hiding the fact that FDR could not walk. And there was actually a joint venture between the media and the White House to not show him walking. But can you imagine that in these days and times? All this was so polished. Gorgeous looking aircraft. Yo, thanks for hanging out, Brutalization. I appreciate it. I appreciate it so much. Have a great day, my friend. The Independence. Yes, it is beautiful. Look at it. Now the cool thing is they let you know how narrow it is by going through right there. I would go in there. I barely fit, but we would lose connection. But this is Harry S. Truman's Air Force One. Now this is some of the more modern planes. This is the Gulfstream. Generally, these smaller planes are for the First Lady. No, it's not an RFID, but I am struggling for connection just right here. And the last time I walked in there, I lost connection. Remember, when you're live, you have to focus on the upload speed, not the download speed. Now this is Columbine Eisenhower. Aren't these always just so gorgeous? All right, now this is the Piece de la Resistance. This is S26000, aka JFK's Air Force One. Like I mentioned, when he wasn't on the plane, the call number was S26000. But when he was on the plane, or any other sitting president, it is Air Force One. And Bill Clinton used this one quite a bit too.
No way. Why do you like this one so much?
Because
Just tell me why.
Oh yeah. Now they had this outside, but they brought it in because this is something that you can't just have outside. Sam 26000. Lyndon Baines Johnson was sworn in on this plane. So this came here way back in 1998. So that is the bulk of it. I wish I could go to the... I'll try. I'll give it a try. Yo, thanks for stopping by, RX7 guy. I appreciate it. Give me a follow, please. I'm trying to grow this. I do travel and adventure. So I plan on doing some traveling and adventuring. So keep up with me, please. And I appreciate you hanging out. This has been very successful. I'm on their Wi-Fi. None of my gadgets work. I don't know if these hangers just don't let my 5G in here. I appreciate it. Thank you. Have a great day and have a great weekend too. All right. Wow, a free intro to Pilot. Yeah, I can see they're moving a lot of things. There used to be a lot of stuff right here, but they moved that. Now, if you're still in here and the person that asked about the SR-71, this one needs no introduction, a fan favorite. The Mikoyan Village. Like I said earlier, you don't even have to know that it's Soviet, it just looks Soviet. This is the Cold War section that we were in earlier. If we can make it through this hallway without losing signal, it will be amazing. And if we don't, I appreciate everybody. Please drop me a follow. And I'm not leaving, but just in case if we don't make it through. Now, what's going on over there?
On up to the gift shop, though.
Hold on.
Okay, they're ignoring us. We're in actual fire emergency. All the side doors are automatically
Oh,
open up.
okay.
So this is a malfunction. We're working as quick as we can to make it happen.
We got a little malfunction here, so we'll just hang out. Yes, excuse me. Ooh, excuse me. While we wait on that, that is a peacemaker. They're having a little malfunction, so we'll go take a look at this peacemaker in its entirety, in its full glory. USAF built to take this big bad boy. Can you imagine this? Damn. The Mark 17. So let's go back and see what this would be inside. Now here's a little bit of a trivia. This big old bad boy was replaced by these four because 4 of those was more efficient. Served 10 years, the B-36 did. All right. So these big, huge hangars, and you can see right there, if the crew needed to come back here, they would go through that tube. Holy Bombay indeed. Look at that. Look at that AN fitting. What size is that? What size is that? I can't see. Whew. But that big old monster would be in here. And look at all those comm wires. And like I said, there's that tube. If the crew had to go from the front to the back while in flight, they would just have to shimmy through that tube right there. Whew.
Somebody's hair is stuck in one of the panels.
Fun fact, the B-36 had 6 engines, originally a C model. The biped engines were D after. Well, you can see that it had the props, but it also had the jets. Let's see on the other side here. Okay, the jets are on the end. There's the intakes. So this was actually a hybrid plane. It used the props for long distance, and these jets were here to help with the heavy lifting. the beginning of SAC, Strategic Air Command. All right, it looks like they got it freed. So let's give this one more try. Oh yeah. Wait a minute, did they? Oh yeah, okay. All right. Here's a place with very little shit. Uh-oh. Looks like we got a little trouble here. Well, that was a turn of events. That was a turn of events. Well, unfortunately, everybody, that looks like that it. They had said they had a problem with the smoke detector. Ooh, so that means there's going to be a massive traffic jam getting up out of here. So everybody's going to be leaving at once. This is generally not the way that we go, but it seems like there was an emergency situation. But we are still on Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. Underneath the Dayton skies. Oh, wow. Ooh, look at all those people. It sure is. This is going to be a long time getting out of here because the way to get out is like a...
Oh, people are sitting down. People can get out. Lauren will probably never going to be able to sit down and take a break. I'll sit there and keep people out. Yeah, there's...
Well, this is what it looks like from the outside. Yes, this was a turn of events. Ooh, everybody's going to be leaving all at once, so I'm just going to hang out and enjoy the crowd because now it's an outside event.
Museum staff and volunteers. Museum staff and volunteers, please proceed back inside and secure your areas. Museum visitors, please sit still for a few more minutes until we get everything situated and locked back up, and we'll get you back in as soon as possible. Thank you for your patience.
You guys hear that? Well, this was a turn of events, but we got to keep everybody safe, you know. Yeah, that's a good question, because they had to shoehorn that bad boy in these big hangars. I wonder, did they disassemble it and reassemble it on the inside? A fire alarm went off, so they shut down the first two hangars, and now everyone's outside until the fire department clears it, and it looks like they're over there. Clears it, and it looks like they're over there right now.
Where'd you get your handle at?
Oh no, this is just a regular.
Oh, like a selfie stick kind of deal?
Yeah, like Marshalls or what else? TJ Maxx, they sell them like that.
Appreciate it.
So we'll see. Well, I appreciate you hanging out with me. If you want to, go ahead and follow me. I'm an Air Force brat myself. I didn't serve myself regretfully, but my dad was in the Air Force. My uncle was in the Air Force, and my father's father was Sergeant First Class in the Army. And seems like the military is just one big family. Because whenever I'm traveling, your brother was in the Army, shouts out. Whenever I'm traveling, I always run into a military person. I was in Orlando Airport and ran into a gentleman that was in the 104th Airborne. I was on the Greyhound bus coming from Las Vegas, and I ran into a Marine. Oh, excuse me. So this big giant family looks like the crowd has started to disperse. Okay, so I still got 55% on the battery. I didn't really get to use my hotspot, but it's okay. I'll use it somewhere else. So I don't know if they got clearance and let folks back in there, because I want to go. Oh, take care. Thank you. I'd like to go back inside to go to the World War II hangar. It was a turn of events for us to come out here. what? I might be wrapping it up because I'm going to be heading over to Buc-ee's. So go ahead and follow me because I'm going to go back live again when we get over to Buc-ee's. Everybody's got their Buc-ee's swag, so they must have stopped by Buc-ee's before they got here because it's not that far. We got our first Buc-ee's in Ohio, and we're excited for the Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's. Well, all right, everybody. I am going to shut this down, and in maybe about a half an hour or an hour, I'm going to be Old School Monkey. Yeah. Let me tell you the reason why we were out here. There was a smoke detector that went off in the first two hangars here, so we had to exit down there. And now I'm just sitting out here. We've been going for about 3 hours. And I more than likely will be back. And I'm going to go ahead and shut her off. And next time I see you guys, I will be at Buc-ee's.
Double chocolate.